expressing myself, but my dad just doesn't like it at all, and then he just doesn't talk to me.
What is your feeling on her hair? I'm sick of hearing about it. So why don't you just say no, and no is it?
See, look, he's getting mad. He doesn't even let you talk.
Because, you know why? Because this has been going on for how long, a year?
No.
Yeah, what's up? I'm looking at Supernanny once again because of popular demand. I'm kidding, nobody asked for this, but again, I felt like making a video on it. The last time I made a video on Supernanny, I looked at this family that was stupid and beat their kids and then wondered why their kids would beat the shit out of each other. So now I'm looking at the complete opposite spectrum where this dad doesn't beat his kids, but he yells at his daughter over wanting to dye her hair and gets surprised when she has an attitude back. I know, shocking. Kids tend to echo the same behavior and the same types of shit that you show them. It's almost like when you get what you give, you know? You get what you put out there. But anyways, you know, I initially planned on looking at 2 clips for this video because there's another episode that I actually want to look at, and it's really fucking bad. However, I don't think I have the time to do that, and this video would be like 40 minutes long. I don't think you guys want to sit here and listen to me talk for 40 minutes. I don't even know how you guys watch me for more than 5 minutes. Trying to stretch these videos out is pretty difficult. That's why these things take so long to put out, because I have to come up with stuff on the spot, and I have to retake a lot of the recordings. But anyways, we're going to get into this. I'm going to shut up now. Let's go. You know, I just want to tell you guys this, but the title of this clip is called Supernanny Accuses Dad of Damaging His Daughter. And that's how this clip starts out, with peaceful piano music like it's Super Mario 64. Okay.
In Mum and Dad's submission reel, they told me that Taylor and Dad's relationship was really strained, so I wanted to hear from the older girls. Do you hang out with Dad much?
No. I would like to spend more time with my dad.
Yeah, well, too bad. You're not gonna get that. He's too busy getting pissed off at your other sister for wanting to dye her hair. I can't get over that. We're not even at that part yet. I've watched this clip beforehand, and I can't get over that.
What about talking to Dad? You know, like, can you sit down and have a chat, a conversation like me and you having now?
Not really. He usually ends up yelling at me.
Does he? What about?
He doesn't like the way I dress. He doesn't like how my hair is. He doesn't like how I wear my makeup, just stuff like that. And he'll always find something to yell at me about.
You know things are getting pretty fucking bad when you're starting to bond more with Supernanny than your own dad. And you've known your dad your whole life, and you haven't even known Supernanny for more than a week. That's both kind of funny, but it's also kind of tragic.
I don't know if it will ever get to a point where where I can talk to him about anything. I'm just like done. I'm like, okay, we don't get along. That's just how it's gonna be. Because if it's not something that he wants to hear, he'll get mad.
I don't know how many of y'all happen to be alternative, but if you guys are, if some of y'all are, hit me up. No, I'm kidding, obviously. But, I mean, I don't understand why something like that has to be a big deal. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the fact that this dad is throwing a temper tantrum over it and is getting pissed off over his daughter simply expressing himself. It's kind of stupid in my eyes. And honestly, doing that is just going to make her do worse shit in the future. And I'll explain that later. But again, it's kind of fucked up how she's bonding more with Supernanny than her own dad. And they probably haven't even known each other for more than a day.
Is that a true account? Yeah.
That's like he's not even like a part of my life, kind of.
Is that part of your life?
Yeah, like he doesn't really care, it seems like.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking tragic to hear. That was pretty depressing to hear. I feel like parents like that don't really understand. Like, it doesn't really, yeah, you're not beating the shit out of your kids, but you're beating the shit out of their self-esteem and their view of you. Here's the thing, right? When a lot of kids start just, this is something I was talking about earlier, but right now she's kind of quote-unquote rebelling by, expressing herself, dressing alternative and wanting to dye her hair. And at the very least, at least she's being open about it. At least she's still talking to him about it. Here's a little PSA for you parents out there, because I know some of y'all are kind of up there in age. Here's a little PSA. If your kid just starts doing shit and stops talking to you about it, that's probably not a good sign, and it's probably a sign that you should talk to your kids again. Because I know from personal experience, I'm not going to get too in depth, but I know in personal experience that, at the start, I would rebel and argue with them as a way to communicate. Sure, your kid's arguing and it might be annoying, but at least they're still talking to you and trying to tell you, hey, I don't like how this is going down. If your kid just starts doing shit, like, without telling you, and they're just moving in silence, they're rebelling in silence, I'm afraid to say that you might have already lost that kid. That relationship is down in the toilet.
It's like Taylor's numbed herself with regards to her relationship with John to protect herself.
Okay, this was really serious, but I have to ask, why the fuck did they put this clip in of Joe Frost hitting the cue ball? Was that really necessary? You could have just had this be a straightforward interview. Why is this here?
I suppose for you it would be really nice to have your dad, wouldn't it, really? You miss him. Taylor definitely puts up a constant front, but you can see that she really wants her dad's love and approval.
Alright, this video is turning out to be a lot more serious and dark in tone, like compared to my other videos. But that's usually how I have to go about it with this show. I can't really joke around when it comes to this shit, especially with my own past and my own personal experience with, my family. I can't really joke around when it comes to this shit. So I gotta say this right here. A lot of people do put up fronts because they really do want relationships with their parents. They'll say, oh, I fucking hate you, da-da-da-da-da, but in reality, they still want to hang out with their parents. But if their parents are complete hemorrhoids of human beings and they just keep pushing them away, I don't know, what do you even do? You kind of have to put on a front because you kind of look stupid. Especially in, being, around, teenage. Like, when you're a teen, you kind of put up this front of being angsty and not caring. And honestly, if your parent is a complete hemorrhoid and they keep pushing you away for no real reason and they keep being a dick, then, yeah, you're going to put up a front. You're like, well, fuck it, I don't really care.
It didn't take long for me to see exactly how tense Dad and Taylor's relationship is.
Did you make up your mind yet?
About what?
My hand is
Your hair?
hurting too.
No, not yet. I'll talk to Mom about it tonight.
But I want to know.
I'll
I want to
discuss
do it now.
How many days in a row have I heard about your hair? Every day for the past 3 months.
Because
After
you
a while,
never
it gets
answer
annoying.
me. So because I have to look how you want me to look?
No, you don't have to look how I want you to look. I gave you my opinion. I like your natural color better.
Okay, here's the thing, John, why the hell does it matter that much? Why does her dyeing your hair red matter that much? It's not like she's asking you, hey Dad, can I pop some acid? I swear, parents like this would rather you take a handful of mushrooms than you doing something simple like dyeing your hair. It doesn't matter that much, it's not that deep. Let her be a cringe emo for a few years, and then, when she's in her 20s or something, maybe y'all reflect on it and be like, haha, look how stupid that looked, which, and I mean, in my opinion, not to sound weird or anything, it wouldn't really look that bad. It's just red hair. Why does it matter that much? It doesn't matter that much. This is the mid-2000s. This is when that MySpace, emo scene was popping up. I'm willing to bet that she had a MySpace account too. I never used MySpace. I wouldn't know. Anyone who's around for the time, let me know. How was MySpace? Was it better than modern social media?
Because you don't like it, I shouldn't be able to do it.
That's what you have parents for. Sometimes you have to listen to them.
Sometimes you never let me do anything.
I try, believe me, I try, but it goes in one ear and out the other ear for Taylor.
Taylor, when you're 18 years old and you're off to school, you can do what
So
you
I
want.
can't do anything.
Not when you're here. Not when you live here.
Yeah, well, you'll understand when you're 18. You need to wait till you're 18 to dye your fucking hair. I'm sorry, this isn't that big of a deal. Why does it matter that much? Also, yeah, they are just like each other because, she's his offspring. But also, like I said, what you put out, you'll end up getting back in return. At least that's how I see as a parent. If you're a parent and you have anger issues or you get short-tempered very easily, don't be surprised when your kid returns the same thing to you. It's the same thing where if you put your hands on your kids. If you put your hands on your kids, they're either going to start putting their hands back on you, or if they have siblings, start putting them on each other. Don't be surprised. You need to actually learn to parent your kids and correct that shit. And maybe not repeat patterns.
What is your feeling on her hair? I'm sick of hearing about it. So why don't you just say no, and no is it?
I didn't even know that this woman was in the video. I didn't even know what the fuck she even said. I tried having subtitles to understand it. I still don't understand what she said, but I guarantee it doesn't matter that much. Because it doesn't fucking matter that much. I'm willing to guarantee that her hair is dyed in this very moment. Why does it matter that much? Why is this that big of a deal? This is what's ruining your relationship with your daughter? Her wanting to dye her hair? Are you fucking kidding me? This is such first world problems. Oh, my daughter dresses emo. Oh, she listens to fucking heavy metal. She listens to heavy metal. Ugh, she wants to dye her hair red. Who cares, dude? At least she's not popping acid or doing any weird shit. Especially with some of the other kids I've looked at on here, with like world's strictest parents and all that. And also Beyond Scared Straight. Be grateful that your kid that just wants to listen to some fucking My Chemical Romance and dye her hair red. It could be a whole lot worse.
See, look, he's getting mad. He doesn't even let you talk.
Because, you know why? Because this has been going on for how long? A year?
No.
I'm sorry, I can't get over this. This guy's about to have a mental breakdown because his daughter wants to dye her hair red. It doesn't matter that much, it's not that serious. The shit's gonna fade within 2 weeks. You're not even gonna notice it was there. Why does it matter that much? Why is he having a mental breakdown over this shit? Did you expect her to come out of the womb dressing like you with fucking polo shirts and chinos and all that? I'm sorry, dude, that's not how it works. She's her own person. And it'd be pretty fucking weird if that were happening too. Like, I can't imagine myself popping out of my mother's womb and dressing like my other family members. That'd be pretty weird, right? Because kids are their own people. You kind of gotta understand that kids are their own people and they have different ways of expressing themselves. So you should probably kind of let them express themselves before eventually they grow up and start doing outrageous off-the-wall shit. Because then, yeah, you're going to be making this face and doing this a whole lot more.
I know why you're not saying no, because when I'm at work, you hear about it all the time.
No,
and she just
because
aggravates
Mom's
you.
Mom's not saying no because I guarantee she couldn't fucking care less about it. She's probably tired of hearing it from both of you. Supernanny's face in this part really just says it all.
You just said this morning, Dad, if you let me color my hair, I won't say I hate you.
Because
I won't disrespect you.
Well, that's probably not true because you're still mean to me no matter what I do.
Yeah, fine, go do it. I can't wait to see it, go. And I hope your hair falls out.
Wow, what a lovely comment to say to your daughter because she wants to dye her hair red. What the fuck do you even say to that? You want to dye your hair? Fine, go do it. But I hope your hair falls out. What are you, 12 years old, dude? What the fuck is this, middle school? Is this guy actually an adult, or is he two 12-year-olds in a trench coat pretending to be an adult? How are parents like this real?
Whatever.
The yelling is what bothers me the most.
All of this is just way too much for what it's really about. All of this realistically is happening because she wants to dye her fucking hair. You'd think that she asked him some outrageous shit or is dating some, like, 21-year-old, and that's why he's like, no, don't do that. That's not even what's happening here. Again, she wants to dye her hair. I'm sounding like a broken record. I sound like an Eminem CD that's skipping. I sound like I'm repeating myself, but I have to reiterate it for one more time. This is all happening because she wants to dye her hair. She wants to be, I don't know any emo bands from the 2000s. Fucking Pierce the Veil. She wants to look like a member of Pierce the Veil. And this guy over here is having a mental breakdown because she's not wearing golf polo shirts and khakis. What did you expect? Your daughter's her own person. Did you expect her to come out of the womb looking exactly like you, liking what you like? That would be pretty weird, especially at her age.
Have a magnificent home, the pair of you.
Thank you.
I mean, everything is great on the outside. But what about the inside? I would like to talk about Isabella's disrespect for you, Denise. I wasn't at all pleased.
Oh yeah, I kind of cut out this part because, like I said, I wanted to talk about this part exclusively, but she has other kids, like little kids, and they're kind of disrespectful to her, and she doesn't really do anything about it. So that's what they're talking about. It's always these parents are too much of one thing and too much of the other. One of them's the good cop, one of them's the bad cop.
What's happening with your relationship with Taylor, John?
Oh, we don't have one.
There it is. Bam. We don't have one. You have a teenager daughter who actually hears from you that she's not pretty, that she wears clothes that are just punk-style goth clothes, that her hair looks trash because it looks better when it's a different colour. But she's coming into her own individuality, finding her own style. You're damaging her self-esteem. How many more years are you going to let this go on until your daughter reaches 15, 16, and you don't even know where she is or who she's hanging out with? Wake up, John. Wake up.
You know, that is true. Also, that was a really long clip of me not talking because I couldn't intervene. But also, that is true. I can't imagine how he'd react if his daughter is out in the dead of night with some random dude or some random group of people and he has no idea where she's at. If this is how he's reacting to her wanting to dye her hair, I can't even imagine what his face would be like if he was in that situation. Like, you need to start forming an actual relationship with your daughter before she ends up on one of Lil Tecca's album covers. You should also probably not, I don't know, insult her when she's saying, "Hey Dad, can I go dye my hair?" And you probably shouldn't go, "Oh, don't do it then, I hope your hair falls out." Like, that's such a fucked up comment to make. Why would you say that? That's so awful. Dude, just start talking to your daughter next time, dude, before she ends up on, like, SoundCloud rapper album covers.
Everything she does right now is half from trying to express herself and half because she's rebelling because you're suffocating her, and it shouldn't be happening. You know, it's an important relationship.
Most
The
definitely
relationship
is.
a daughter has with their father.
I mean, I want my daughter to be close to me. I want her to do things with me. I don't want her to hate me. I don't want her not to come to me if she has a problem.
But we have to show her that she can come to us and
I
not
will.
go up in her face
I
every
will.
time she comes to talk.
I will. I didn't think Joe was gonna come down on us that hard, but you never think you're that bad until reality sets in. You know, she was just doing what she had to do.
Well, I'm glad it turned out well, because the next episode I have planned in mind to look at, yeah, it gets ugly in that next one. I don't even know how to describe that one. This one is kind of light work in comparison to that one. All these episodes I've been looking at have been pretty light work compared to some of the other families that I'm probably going to look at later on, so yeah, there's that. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Sorry for the abrupt video ending. Also, sorry I didn't look at a full episode this time. I saw this episode, but I really wanted to focus on this part because I had something to say, and I had a message, and I had to say it. But enough of me being corny. I hope y'all like this video. I hope you guys enjoy me doing these videos. And if there's any other shows you want me to look at, or any other, things that you want me to look at, go ahead. Also, as part of that Supernanny, I have another wife swap episode coming up as well, which, that one is really good. I actually am really excited to work on that one. That one is going to be extremely funny to take a look at. But again, I also want to look at some other stuff, so if you have anything in mind, go ahead and hit me up and tell me about it. And I'm also going to be searching for some different stuff to talk about. Yeah. Also, I'm cutting this video off because my voice is basically dying, and you can probably hear it. So, anyways, that's it. I'm going to wrap this video up and drink some water and go about my day, and you guys should probably do the same as well. Stay hydrated. But anyways, that's about it. See ya.